this is the motor oil that I got. I got it at Walmart, and it's Mobile One Racing 4T. It's 1040. It's supposed to be the good stuff, and it's 4 wet clutches and transmission. So since these are the same deal, like the transmission takes the engine oil too. It's all one. So I opt for this, and I got the 1040 for one because it's all they had, and two because here it's pretty hot in the summertime, and the heat breaks it down. So I want to be safe on it. And after I changed the oil, this stuff worked really good. I could tell the clutches were really working like they're supposed to. The throttle response and clutch engagement, just everything was so much better and smoother, and was a lot more quiet. So since I'm changing the oil, I figured I would check the air filter and see what it looks like after one long day of riding. And it was clean when I checked it before we went riding, and now it is pretty dirty. I ordered a new one, so I'm going to put a new one in it, but I figured I'd go ahead and clean this one in the meantime. So right here's the drain plug for the oil to drain that, and right there is where the oil filter is. It's 3 8mm bolts that hold that on, and then the drain plug for the oil, I used a 17mm wrench because that's all I had, and I just got under there and got it pretty easy. And this, I just thought I'd throw this little clip in here because this is the first oil change. It's only got 23 hours on it. Look at that. All that on my finger is magnetic. It's metal shavings, I guess, from the clutch wearing in, and all the bearings and everything just getting broke in since it's new. Here I'm taking the old oil filter out. This is the cap. It's got a O-ring on it, so make sure that's not torn or in rough shape or stretched too bad if you don't get a new O-ring. If you order a kit, you can actually get the O-ring in there, but since I bought my own filter and oil at Walmart, I didn't get the O-ring, so I just reused it. It was still in good shape. Here I'm struggling to get the old oil filter out. I got me a short screwdriver and popped it out pretty easy. And here, I'm just seeing if there's any metal coming out of the filter. I'm going to try to give you an idea of the difference of flow. The outer part of the filter looks a lot better on the K&N. It looks like it's built better, and here you can see there's a lot of holes inside the filter for more flow, and the stock filter has a few holes. So since I'm running the 1040 in it, it would be a good idea to use the K&N so it can flow through there like it's supposed to, for one. And for two, I wanted to make sure it was getting the proper oiling that it needs. And here, putting a little bit of grease on the air filter before I put it back in, because it helps keep, dust, fine dust, from getting past the clamp. It don't always seal 100%, so it's just a good safety to do. I put a little bit too much on there, but she'll do. Just pop that back in there and tighten her down. We'll be ready to go. These clamps on these airbox covers are a little bit aggravating sometimes. I just used a flathead to get them off. Just stick it under there and pop them out. It's pretty easy. Putting them back on is a little bit of a hassle, but sometimes I try to just start on one side and then go to the other side and work them on there. They're not too bad. You just gotta hit it at the right spot, but it's good that they clamp on there pretty tight. I'd rather that than be too loose and not do its job. So I put 3 quarts and like a quarter of a quart in there total. I put 3 quarts at first and then cranked it, let it run for a minute, and make sure you put your dipstick in there when you do that. But I let it run for a minute and then checked it again, and it was a little low, so I put the quarter of a quart in there, and it was good after that. I drove it around a little bit and then checked it, and it was good. So, but thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.